support forces is in its third year. Since the war erupted in April 2023, both sides' warships have been largely funded by Sudan's gold industry. In a statement, the Sudanese Mineral Resources Company said that the collapse occurred in Sudan's northern Red Sea state. Nearly 40 people have been killed after a bus and a minibus collided in Tanzania, sparking a fire that engulfed both vehicles. The crash occurred in the Kilimanjaro region after one of the bus tires was punctured, causing the driver to lose control of the vehicle. The nationalities of the victims were not immediately known. 28 people were injured, 6 of whom were still in hospital for treatment. President Samia Hassan expressed heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and wished a quick recovery to those injured. The World Health Organization said that no fewer than 871,000 people die worldwide annually from loneliness. According to WHO Commission, 1 in 6 people worldwide is affected by loneliness, which along with social isolation can lead to physical illness. It said that loneliness increases the risk of strokes, heart attacks, diabetes, depression, anxiety, and suicide. The WHO said that lonely teenagers are 22% more likely to achieve lower grades than their peers, while lonely adults face greater challenges in finding or keeping a job. This is the broadcasting service of Ekiti State. For news, information, or comments, join our live streaming on Facebook page at Ekiti State Radio. You can also like and share our page. China has lifted a ban on seafood imports from most regions of Japan, partially mending a year-long dispute over Tokyo's handling of nuclear water waste. China and Japan are key trading partners, but increased friction over territorial rivalries and military spending has frayed ties in recent years. Japan's brutal occupation of parts of China before and during World War II remains a sore point, with Beijing accusing Tokyo of failing to atone for its past. Japan began gradually releasing treated water waste from the striking Fukushima nuclear plant into the Pacific Ocean in 2023. Iran has indirectly issued a death threat against US President Donald Trump after an influential cleric said threats against Iranian leader Ali Khamenei are considered a cause and a sin punishable by death under Islam. Nearly 2 weeks ago, Trump had indirectly threatened Khamenei, saying he was an easy target. And France, Germany, and Britain have condemned threats against the head of the UN nuclear watchdog after Iran rejected its request to visit nuclear facilities bombed by Israel and the United States. Tehran has accused Rafael Grossi, head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, of betrayal of his duties for not condemning the Israeli and US strikes on Iran's nuclear site. On Friday last week, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said on X that Grossi's insistence on visiting the bomb sites was meaningless and possibly even malign in intent. Serbian President Alexander Vučić has said many more anti-government protesters will be arrested as clashes with police at a massive nighttime rally demanding early parliamentary elections marked a month-long public dissent. At a news conference on Sunday, the populist leader accused the organizers of Saturday's student-led protest in the capital, Belgrade, of inciting violence and attacks on police. Critics says Vučić has become increasingly authoritarian since coming to power more than a decade ago, having served as the first deputy prime minister from 2012 to 2014 and prime minister from 2014 to 2017 before becoming president. Now to sport. Bayern Munich manager Vincent Kompany has reacted to his side facing PSG in the quarterfinals of the ongoing FIFA Club World Cup on Saturday. Kompany watched as Bayern Munich defeated Flamengo 4-2 in the round of 16 on Sunday. A brace from Harry Kane and a goal each from Leon Goretzka and Eric Pulgar on goal gave Bayern Munich the victory. The Bundesliga champions will now tackle the French Ligue 1 champions in the last 8 of the competition next weekend. To end the world news yet again at the main point, we told you that there was a heightened security presence at Wadata Plaza, the national headquarters of the People's Democratic Party in Abuja, as armed policemen were deployed ahead of the party's crucial National Executive Committee meeting scheduled for today. It was in the bulletin that nearly 40 people have been killed after a bus and a minibus collided in Tanzania, sparking a fire that engulfed both vehicles. You also heard that China has lifted a ban on seafood imports from most regions of Japan, partially mending a year-long dispute over Tokyo's handling of nuclear wastewater. And lastly, on the world news, you heard that Iran has indirectly issued a death threat against US President Donald Trump after an influential cleric said threats against Iranian leader Ali Khamenei are considered a curse and a sin punishable by death under Islam. Before we go